What is up, y'all? It is Thursday, and we have had CPI data come out. I've had a haircut. It's a bit too short at the minute, but it will grow out. Yeah, CPI came out bearish as caused they moved down. It's what I predicted, to be honest. I thought it would. Solely because it's the first piece of inflation data since rate cuts, I think, and it wouldn't have changed that much inflation. So I thought it'd cause a bit of a sell-off, and it has. So as you can see, we've got data highs marked out, and we have already took the data low, but the 15-minute candle low is that anyway. We are beneath that data low. Same on NQ, data high marked out with a little DH. We are below that original data low. So what am I looking at? Well, on NQ, 4-hour highs and 4-hour highs, and then 1-hour highs here, here, and there. So if price comes up, 5-minute move down, 5-minute retrace, then shorts, and then to the downside. I don't want to mark on this 1-hour imbalance purely because it's already been reacted to. It's already been interacted with before market open, so I'm just not going to really draw it on. I might mark on the bottom though, in a light blue line just for reference. So yeah, still on NQ, that hourly imbalance right there, and hourly lows and 4-hour lows. That's it. I've got marked to the downside, and then also just 15-minute lows right there as well. So ES, same thing, 15-minute lows, data high, and then the data actually took out, the data actually took out those 1-hour highs, 4-hour highs, sorry. So there's only these 1-hour highs, which are all-time highs, that there is left to sweep to the upside on ES. And then to the downside, same thing, hourly imbalance right here. Just mark the bottom of it as you just saw. There's also this one at 9 a.m. yesterday that doesn't exist on NQ. 1-hour lows, 4-hour lows, that's all I got marked for the downside, and then those 15-minute lows. So looking for the same thing if price comes up to the data high, which is what they are, 1-hour highs, the data high. So if price takes out any of the highs, I'll be looking for a 5-minute move down, 5-minute retrace, back up, then shorts. If price comes down and just takes those 15-minute lows, and maybe if it takes the 15-minute lows and it wicks that imbalance, the bottom of it, I will still use the 1 minute to trade from. But if it does take out the hourly lows, 5-minute move up, 5-minute retrace, and then longs. No sweep after 9:30, no trade. Max patience, max confirmation. The account is sitting at $51,249, so 2.5% up, 4.5%, 3.5% go. Fucking hell, 3.5% until that 53k mark, which is the pass mark. So it's been a slow and steady challenge, coming towards the end of the month. So I might have to pay £40 again, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. So yeah, I'm not going to over risk to pass like I did with the last one. I had like 2 more days and I over risked and passed and got away with it, and then I lost the account in 2 days. So I'm not trying to do that again. I'm going to treat the end of the challenge the same as I've done for the rest of the challenge. And yeah, peace out. I'll see you when I've won, lost, or not taken a trade. Peace. Alright, trade recap time. Very long one. Very long trade. 0.5% risked. As you can see. Boom. I did everything right. There's nothing I would have done differently today, I don't think. There's nothing I could have done differently. So let's jump right in. So we had those 15-minute lows that I'd marked out on both. Ignore this because this is the same trade. I just haven't taken it. And I would still be in it. But 15-minute lows marked out on both from the CPI move down. No high time frame sweep. Price was in the hourly imbalance though. And on NQ, we did come down and pretty much fill it out all the way. As you can see, this blue line did pretty much fill it out all the way. So from there, because it's a 15-minute sweep, I can go straight onto the 1 minute time frame. So 15-minute sweep, and then right here, 9:52, 1 minute breaker structure on ES and inverse fair value gap in the same candle. Get rid of that. NQ, inverse imbalance at 9:50, and then 1 minute breaker structure at 9:52 as well. So that is cool. And then also that candle inverses imbalance. Awesome. So I'm not usually looking for a 5-minute retrace off of a 15-minute sweep. I'm not really looking for one. But what I was looking for was any of these bullish imbalances to get hit. Now, that is what happened. Now, this happened on ES. It happened to make a 5-minute down candle at 9:55. NQ didn't. But I took the trade on ES not because of that, but purely because I couldn't bother to faff with the contracts. So, just laziness, really. Couldn't bother to do all the maths. So, we had that 5-minute down candle at 10 a.m. But I wasn't really bothered about that. I wasn't looking for one. I wasn't waiting for one because it's a 15-minute sweep. Also at 10 a.m., ES made hourly lows. NQ didn't make hourly lows. So that was something just to keep in mind as well. ES made hourly lows, but NQ also made a bearish 1-hour imbalance as well. So potato, tomato, I didn't really give any value to any of them. But anyway, so I had equilibrium drew on from this low to this high, which ends up being 5-minute equilibrium anyway. And then ES comes down, wicks this imbalance, closes below equilibrium, and then it does inverse this imbalance. But this big candle back up was enough for me to get in. So I got my entry there. 5,827. My original stop was down here, risking 1%. But I did move it, and I'll tell you why in a second. So 15-minute sweep, 1 minute break structure on both. Imbalance and 5-minute equilibrium, then closure back above this inverse fair value gap was enough for me to get in. NQ was doing a similar thing, except it didn't get to 5-minute equilibrium because it also didn't exist. NQ came into this 1 minute imbalance, which is in line with this 1 minute imbalance, so it wicked the BPR. Then 1 minute equilibrium just from the low to the high, because that is the expansion. Like you got expansion, retrace, expansion, retrace, expansion, retrace. So equilibrium from the low to the high of the most recent expansion. Price came in, wicked it, closed out of the imbalance and equilibrium. That's the entry on NQ. Stop at the open of the first of the three. And then there's no real target points. There's those 1 minute highs right there for a 0.98 RR. There's no real target points until the data highs, because the top of the 15-minute is still 0.86. So there's not really any target points for me. Top of the 5, 0.86. Yeah, there's no. But the NQ trade would still be running. The ES trade, again, there's no real target points. Those highs are 0.6. The 15-minute inverse is a 0.5. There's no real target except the data highs. And another thing I didn't like about my trade was that the target was so close to all-time highs as well. And ES has just been chopping up because of that. And NQ is also just chopping up. So it's been a really sideways day after this move up. As you can see, it's just been up and down and up and down and up and down. So I think I moved my stop to the open of this first candle of 3 of this imbalance. So it's still a valid thing. I had it there at 20 ticks. So I risked exactly 0.5%. It was exactly 1%, but I halved it, which I was happy with. So obviously it was at that low once that low got made, making the RR 3.4. There's still no sensible target points that I could put. So I moved my stop to there at about here. We can have a look at the orders. I can't have a look at the orders because it doesn't tell me when I placed it. So never mind. So yeah, I'm in my stop there, and then the trade was running for 51 minutes. Just this 1 minute inverse was holding strong until there where we got stopped out. So I'm happy with the fact that I minimized my risk, because it was a 1% risk. I ended up losing $266 because of commissions and stuff and getting filled a bit late. But I had a As you can see, yeah, I got filled one tick too late. So it's another 12. So the $12.5 that I didn't need to lose, I got filled a tick late because there was a spike in volume. Um, but yeah, I'm happy with moving my stop. My original stop was at this red line, so I would still be in the trade, but at this point, I just want to be out anyway. So we'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes. But I was stopped out here, which I'm happy with because, yeah, the only thing I would have done differently was taking the NQ trade. Because once I placed it, I realized, oh, that's really close to all-time highs. That's probably not going to get hit, is it? But I wouldn't have done anything else different today. You know, I took the right setup off the 15-minute sweep. There was no high time frame confluences hit except this 1 hour imbalance that pretty much got filled. So it's still pretty, I think it's still a valid trade setup in line with my system. It's just sometimes not every system's 100%. And we had 100% last week. So mathematically losses are expected. And I think I had good risk management today to minimize my stop loss. Else I would be down a lot more if this trade loses. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm not really attached. I'm detached from the outcome. I'm not really caring at all. I'm not fussed. It is what it is. We come back tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, I was up $250, but just why would I close out there? It doesn't make any sense for me to do that. So yeah, just watching price come up and then come down, then come up, then come down. Then we had a big spike in volume here, and I thought, right, that's it now. We're going up, and we weren't. We just came right back down again, right back down to that. Move that red line to there because that's what I can put on my journal. So yeah, it's a negative win rate now. And the challenge is just slowly. Those 3 losses here shouldn't have happened. They're silly mistakes that have just cost my profits from a winning week. We've nearly lost all of that now, pretty much. My winning week, I made 3%, and now this week I'm down. I'm down 1%, pretty much. So it is what it is. If this trade doesn't get stopped out at my original stop loss and then runs all the way up, I won't be beat up about it because it's just a trade that's far too long for my liking, and it was far too much risk on the table for me to be happy with. Far, far, far too much risk on the table. So I'm happy with the decisions that I made. And it is now 11 a.m. New York time, so I would no longer take a trade anyway. But I'm happy with all the decisions that I made, regardless of if this trade goes up to win now. And yeah, that is my trade recap for the day. Been a tough week. Silly mistakes. Monday, just really should have took profits there at those equal lows for a 1.06 RR trade, so silly mistake. These 2 trades shouldn't have happened at all. There was no sweep after market open, and there was no 1-minute confirmation on this one. So small mistake, small mistake. A good win yesterday. Super happy with that trade. Did everything right, and I did everything right again today. It's just not meant to be. I haven't got the image yet. It's just not meant to be. I did everything right. So there's nothing I can do really. This challenge has taken a while. I think it's been since the 16th September now. So how many days is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I said that 19 trading days, and I'm up $900. So been really choppy. We've had some silly mistakes throughout this challenge, to be honest. But the risk management has been good, and we are just in that break-even stage. I am just a break-even trader right now, so we need to just get out of there by getting rid of the small mistakes. So it is what it is. I took the trade. I managed it well. I did everything right. I followed my system, followed my rules. So, well, I didn't follow my rule of not moving my stop loss, but I had far too much risk on the table to be happy with. I would have been If I'd risked 1% and lost 1%, I would not have been happy. I probably would have gone full tilt. So I'm happy with the amount that I've lost today, and I will not be fussed if this goes back up to take profit now, because I can't be. There's nothing I can do. What's done is done. We must journal, learn, and move on. That being said, I will catch you in the next one. Peace out. Alright, so I have sat and waited 2.5 hours since I entered this trade. At 10 a.m. It is now 12:31 in New York time. So I waited 2.5 hours since I entered this trade to see if I made the right decision or not. And the NQ trade would have won. Like I said, there was no sensible take profit points at all. Would have been a 0.98 at those highs. That's the first sensible take profit point and the data high. And it would have come down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and slowly made its way up. So there's wrong decision number one. I took the ES trade instead of the NQ trade, and I should have been paying more attention to the fact ES was really close to all-time highs. And I should have not been lazy, and I should have just calculated the risk size. So this was 163 ticks. If I had 5 contracts, I would have risked $407. If I had 4, would have risked 326, and I probably would have had 3 to risk 0.5%, $244. I would have had 3 or 4 contracts, and I would have took it all off there. That's take profit 1. So that would have been a winner, and if I had 4 contracts, I would have made $736. So I just made the wrong decision, took the wrong trade. It is what it is. And then ES ended up not hitting my original stop loss down here at 40 ticks. I would have been 35 ticks in drawdown, which is $437. And then price slowly made its way back up. And then it came, pause, it came 3 ticks away, as you can see, 3 ticks away from take profit. So I probably definitely would have, after this candle formed, moved my stop to here, and I would have been stopped out there, which is 52 ticks from my take profit, and I would have made $650. So 2 wrong decisions today, took the wrong trade on the wrong index, and then also moved my stop. So 2 wrong decisions. It's all good market experience, so we can learn from it. I've already filled out my journal. Don't tighten stop loss at all. If you're unhappy with risk, just stick to the rules and put it in the right place and leave it. Trust your analysis. You took it for a reason. I'm remembering how I feel now. Don't think about what could have been. Don't be lazy. Always remember key details. ES was so close to all-time highs, and just follow my own rules. I said it myself. It'd be breaking my rules. Tighten my stop loss, but I did it anyway. And yeah, small mistakes, bad habits. As I was saying, in the Discord with my friends, it's the small mistakes that are slowly eating away at my profits. I made 3% last week, and I'm down 1% this week, even after a winning trade, just from the small mistakes that eat away, and that's the only thing that's holding me back. So it's the small mistakes. It's the small mistakes that get to me, and really mess with me. So this was the trade to take today. Very clear instead of this one. Even though this one did hit 5-minute equilibrium, this one was nowhere near 5-minute equilibrium. As you can see, that's where 5-minute equilibrium is. Didn't quite get to it, so wrong decisions. At the end of the day, there's nothing I can do anymore. I made a decision when I was there, and I felt it was the right decision, so it is what it is. That being said, see you all tomorrow. Peace.